Hey, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to Coach Cruz. If there's anybody new out there, I'm your host, Brad. And this is our last show, believe it or not. The time just flies by, right? The last show before Christmas. This time next week, Christmas will be over already. It will be December 26th, and the Jubilee will be out. As a matter of fact, the Jubilee is set to arrive tomorrow morning. I know we have some people on the show today that are very excited about that. Lito Tito and I were talking, chatting right before the show, and he hasn't even packed yet, and he's going on the inaugural. And several other people. This is going to be a Christmas themed show. But before we get into that, and Zoe's trying to get at her whole plate of treats all at once here. Uh, I wanted to discuss the Jubilee just a little bit because that is the talk of the hour, right? The Jubilee coming out, Carnival Jubilee. And anyway, John Heald released some information on that today in response to how Texas is going to be celebrated on the Carnival Jubilee. I'm just going to read this for you very quick, and then we'll say hello to everybody that's here. But this is kind of lengthy, so bear with me. I'm reading this right off of John Heald's Facebook page. Some of you may have already seen this, but aboard the first all-new ship to Homeport in Galveston, Carnival Jubilee will host a Texas-sized celebration as one of many Texas twists, enhancing Carnival's award-winning entertainment on its newest ship that will welcome its first guests on December 23rd. Lone Star Tailgate, a Texas-sized deck party, will take over the ship's Lido during each cruise, celebrating the spirit of all things Texas. The 3-hour tailgate is divided into 4 quarters, much like a football game, with the energy of a country fairground and rodeo, with games and giveaways that promise fun for guests of all ages. The Lone Star Tailgate isn't just a party, it's a celebration of family fun and fierce competition, said Chris Nelson, Vice President of Entertainment for Carnival Cruise Line. We've created Carnival University, a fictitious university in the heart of Texas. It's the big game night, and we are throwing a tailgate party for the whole family. The activities, from races and challenges to a party band celebrating Texas-born musical artists, put a fresh take on our crowd-pleasing fun. In addition to the tailgate party, Carnival Jubilee's entertainment pays homage to Texas in other ways. Guests on the ship, which is proudly adorned with the Texas star on its hull, will hear music from Texas artists across several states, several areas of the ship. For example, Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse and Brewhouse will feature the backyard band mixing Texas tunes with party band music. Carnival Jubilee to raise curtain on new live show Dear Future Husband. Adding to popular playlist productions performances already loved by guests across the fleet, Carnival will unveil a new live show aboard Carnival Jubilee. Dear Future Husband, an interactive pop musical. Guests will follow a bride and groom on a wedding adventure. Aboard a cruise ship with their best friends. The cast performs 4 acts of pop mega hits like "Marry You" by Bruno Mars, "Moves Like Jagger" by Maroon 5, and "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" by Shania Twain. After the show, guests join in on the fun with a reception of sorts where they'll dance to more pop hits and interact with the cast. The party includes a first dance, a groomsman surprise, and of course the iconic garter toss and a toast to the happy couple. Along with the new show, guests can also see another live playlist production already popular aboard other Carnival ships. With its roots deeply set in the South, the R&B infused Soulbound tells a sinister story of mischief, mayhem, and dastardly deeds set to the greatest R&B hits of all time. Carnival Jubilee's entertainment offerings also include live game shows like Family Feud Live, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute, and Deal or No Deal, along with stand-up comedy at the Punchliner Comedy Club. Popular comedians at Punchliner keep guests laughing with live shows throughout each cruise. Carnival Jubilee will also feature the guest's favorite venue, Piano Bar, where guests sit around a grand piano for the intimate musical performance by live entertainer nightly. from a skilled DJ on Lido to dive-in movies at Seaside Theater. There's something for everyone to enjoy on board. Okay, so that was quite a release there concerning the Jubilee. Much of that I hadn't heard before, so that was pretty neat. All right, I want to go and say hi to everybody that has joined in here. Justin was the very first. I don't know how long ago he checked in. I don't even know if he's still here, but he was first. Then we had Lido Tito come in. We were chatting. Tim G is here, and Tim and Cheryl are going to help me out a little bit today, I think. So I appreciate that. I messaged Tim earlier. Seg was next up. Then we had Ken checking in. Cheryl, as I mentioned. Nick is here once again. Hello, Nick. Good to see you. Lido Tito is flying out in 30 plus hours. He needs to get started. And check that out. We got Frankie Floyd keeping the action going here. And he is Super Chats number 71 through 75. So we are probably for sure going to give away another shirt, I expect. Yeah, and Zoe, this pretty little girl, is just tearing up my arm right now. I promise you, Cheryl. North Shore Travelers, good to see you back again, Eric. And Yoli is here. And Yoli and I were messaging a little bit earlier because she is on the same cruise, her and Andrew with me and Anita. And the Carnival Kitchen finally put some stuff up for sale. And as a matter of fact, I want to discuss that with some of you because I want to find out if this is a new thing that they're doing or if anybody has ever done it before, because we signed up for something and I never remember seeing it before. So it might be brand new, and I'm wondering if they're going to offer it on the Jubilee as well. So we'll get to that. We have the Down Under Cruisers. Those are my new neighbors. Come this summer, I'll be in Australia, so super looking forward to that. The Z Show Cruise Fun is here, and he's going to be on that ship along with Lido Tito. I know he's pumped about it. He was asking me for the Coach Cruiser drink recipe, so I shared that with Z a little bit earlier. World Wrestling Vlog is here. Great to see you guys. I think you're new, so that's awesome. And we have Carnival Cruise Addicts back. Awesome. And the Moonlight Mafia Raid. All right, there we go. The Moonlight Adventures are right below there. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is here. Great to see all these content creators and the support. Thanks so much to all of you. Like I said, Josh and Chastity there. They hit their 2,000. Carnival Cruise Addicts, I know, shared with me that they got 20 new subscribers just in that day's show alone. They might be up over 500 now. That was the milestone they were trying to hit. So yeah, if you are, let us know there. We'd like to know. Michael is here. Ann is back once again. Mike and Ann, great to see you both here. Jeff is here. All right. I love this. We got all these people, and I think we're almost caught up. Great. Okay. So Frankie Floyd, like I said, he's very good about being the first super chat. We were only 25 away from giving our next shirt away. Just to run through the people that are carried over from last week, we have Tim G, numbers 1 through 10, Cruise Life TV 11 through 40. Crystal is 41 through 60. Sandy, who just came up a tiny bit short on getting that shirt, is 61 through 70. And then Frankie Floyd, starting off this week, 71 through 75. And we have Danny D just checking in, the spectacular supporter. All right. So the super chats. And you know what, Frankie Floyd, since you were first, we're going to give Zoe this chicken jerky. So high five for Frankie. And what do you say? What do you say? Okay. She said thank you. I don't know if you heard that. That was a little baby bark. T-Boat on the Go is here. Great to see you. All right. So while Zoe is chewing that up, normally it's $10, and you get Zoe a nice big treat here. I got hot dogs today, and I got that I don't know, this little shish kebab thing, whatever you want to call it. And then I have little teeny bites of cheese to hold her off from scratching my arm up any worse than she does. And if anybody does a $15 or more super chat, not only do you get Zoe a treat, you get me a treat as well. And I will do a shot right out of the Coach Cruise glass that Fireball Steve gave me. All right. So I said this was going to be a Christmas themed event. And I asked Tim G, who's the admin on Facebook for us, and I think Cheryl's going to help him out. We are going to look at that. We got Ann chiming in here. Look at that. Thank you so much, Ann. And we're going to give Zoe a little bite of hot dog here for say thank you to Ann. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Good girl. Oh, that's a hearty thank you. She really wanted that hot dog. And look at that. Right behind, we have Carnival Cruise Addicts hooking me up with a treat. Love that. So Carnival Cruise Addicts, we are almost filled up already. Look at that. So we are 81 through 95. We only got 5 to go, and we'll be doing that shirt drawing. And let me get my treat. Well, she ate that quick, didn't she? All right. So we have Four Roses, and I've heard good things about Four Roses, and I gotta say, this is pretty smooth. So Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you very much. And we are going to give Zoe the shish kebab. So high five to Carnival Cruise Addicts. And what do you say? You say thank you. That's right. Good girl. All right. So thank you for that, Carnival Cruise Addicts, and good luck to your continued growth. So I have a whole bunch of Christmas questions for you. Now, speaking of Family Feud, I mentioned Family Feud earlier. And, you know, they always say, according to 100 people surveyed or whatever, these were the top 5 or top 7 or whatever. We're going to keep it to 5. But I have a number of Christmas themed questions for you all. And I want you to put in the comments. And like I said, Tim and Cheryl have been so nice to keep track of all this and then share the list or the votes with us. And look at that. Seg's got us to 100. So before we get to the Christmas stuff, we are going to do the shirt drawing. Let's go through the numbers real quick. Tim G, 1 through 10. Cruise Life TV, 11 through 40. Crystal is 41 through 60. Sandy, 61 through 70. Frankie Floyd, 71 through 75. And 76 through 80. Carnival Cruise Addicts, 81 through 95. And Seg is 96 through 100. So you see the phone is blank right there. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. What's that say? 82. 82. 82 is Carnival Cruise Addicts. Look at that. They jumped in. They were 81 through 95, and you were 76 through 80. You just missed it by 2 there. So close. Carnival Cruise Addicts. So you'll have another shirt coming. And I have, which has been very popular. I need to keep the pink in stock because the pink go quick. I've had a lot of people requesting pink. But I have pink, blue, lime, black, purple. What else do I have? Yellow. And I think there's one more that I forgot. I think I forgot to name one, but we got 6 different colors. So chances are, I know Tim might be the one person that has just about every color. He's got every color except for, what is it? Yellow that I have available. So yes, congrats, Carnival Cruise Addicts. And look at that. We got Moonlight Adventures starting us off on the next round, which is awesome. We might get to a second one. So Moonlight Adventures is numbers 1 through 5. And Merry Christmas to you, Josh and Chastity. And congratulations once again on 2,000 subscribers, Moonlight Adventures. If you didn't subscribe to them already, go check out their channel, Carnival Cruise Addicts, as we mentioned. Oh, we got Scott here from Controversial Cruising as well. Like I said, we got a bunch of content creators, which is awesome. Marjorie is here. Zoe should write to Santa Claus for what she wants. Yeah, she should. Yeah. All right. So here it is. We're starting off with what could be a difficult one. And if you name something that, I don't know, that we're all not familiar with, you'll have to describe it. Okay. So number 1, according to the Coach Cruz survey, what are the 5 top Christmas cookies? The 5 top Christmas cookies that are, normal with Christmas. So any cookie that you feel is popular that can be described or people recognize. The one I think of is probably the most obvious. I would think it's number one. Okay, there's one. Scott says snickerdoodle. Danny D says sugar. Controversial cruising, sugar. Butter cookie. Okay. What's the difference between a butter cookie and a sugar cookie? Are they similar? I love all cookies, but I should probably know that. Frosted cut oats. Okay. Thumbprint. So what Tim and Cheryl are trying to do for me, and then this is why I asked for help, because there's no way I would be able to keep track of all this. So if you want to put more than one cookie, what they're going to try to do is come up with a top 5 list. The number one thing that gets the most votes, obviously, that would be tops in the survey, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me just read some of these off, and maybe that will help Tim and Cheryl out. Okay. Oh, Jeff is saying, how do I send money? Well, it depends if you're on your phone or you're in the comments down in the bottom right. There's like a little dollar sign or something. Let me see. I'm trying to look on my phone. Yeah. So by the chat in the bottom right, there's a little dollar sign. If you click on that and you're signed up through YouTube or whatever, it allows you to send a super chat. Well, thank you. Thank you for asking about that. All right. So let's go back up and find out all the votes. So Scott, Controversial Cruising, started us off with the snickerdoodle. And then Danny D, sugar. Controversial Cruising, sugar cookie also. Carnival Cruise Addicts, the butter cookie. A thumbprint. I've heard of that. You'll have to remind me what that is. T-Boat on the Goat, frosted cut oats, sugar cookies. Lito Tito says chocolate chip and sugar cookie. Okay. Peanut butter blossoms. Is that the thing with the little Hershey kiss in it? T-Boat. But I mean, I love peanut butter. I love chocolates. I mean, those two just go together so well. Usnavi says Danish cookies. Ann Dolan says shortbread. Controversial Cruising. Oh, those powdered sugar. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They Costco had those in a 10, and they were so good. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Those little powdered things. Yeah, they're so good. Ann says peanut butter with a kiss on top. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Gingerbread, Frankie Floyd says. T-Boat on the Go, yes. And in reference to the peanut butter with the little chocolate Hershey kiss on it. Those things are awesome. Okay, so some of these will be easier. I feel like Tim and Cheryl are hating me right now because they're trying to go through this whole list and figure out all these different cookies. So we're gonna try to let them, get to adding this up and move on to the next question. And if I do, actually, let's see here. Yeah, if I do get another treat for Zoe and I have my double here and my can of Coke Zero because I'm starting to get a little low on my drink that I made for myself prior to. All right. I have 10 of these, so I think it's going to take us most of the show. Okay. Now, I said cookie, but to stay along on that theme, the top dessert, so not cookie, everything but a cookie, but the top dessert served during Christmas. So it could be a pie, it could be a cake, it could be a pudding, something like that. Anything but a cookie. So what are the top 5 desserts that you would say are associated with Christmas, not counting cookies, obviously, because we just did that one. All right. And Brian added the no-bake oatmeal cookies. And Tim, yeah, if you have them ready, before we go on to the next topic, we'll go through the cookie one. So yeah, Tim and Cheryl, I think, are on the ball. I think they already got that top 5 list already. All right, so desserts, we got Rice Krispie treat, cheesecake, blueberry pie, fruit cake. Okay, that's always been a popular one and a fun one, right? Cheesecake, fruit cake, cherry pie, Yule log. Is a Yule log a fruit cake also? I'm don't know on that one. Apple pie. Oh, now you're speaking my language, Jeff. Apple pie is my favorite dessert. If you can't beat a good apple pie, I don't think it's, well, in my opinion. That's my opinion, of course. Jeff says Christmas cake pie and ice cream. What is a Christmas cake pie? What's in a Christmas cake pie? That sounds delightful. Oh, there we go. Usnavi, yes. And Louisiana. Now, Usnavi, because Usnavi has told me how good her cooking is. And her and Lito Tito, they compete against each other on who's the better cook. So Usnavi, how good is your pecan pie? Like, do you throw down on the pecan pie? Because I feel like being from Louisiana, that would be something you'd be really good at. Moonlight Adventure says apple pie and pecan. Those I think are my 2 favorites. Anita and I are going to make a pecan pie for our Christmas dinner. And I'm so looking forward to that because it'll be homemade and it'll be awesome, I'm sure. T-Boat on the Go says, no, it's a rolled cake that looks like a log. Okay. I've heard of that. I just didn't, I guess I've been cheated of the Yule log or I didn't know what it was when I was eating it. Let's see. Shane says pecan pie sounds good. Yeah, a warm pecan pie that is homemade. Oh, with maybe some butter pecan ice cream to pair with it. Oh, that's just making me hungry right now. Jeff says so they have the Little Debbie's Ocean Cream ice cream. Cruising on the High Sea says the chocolate melting cake. So there's a big fan of the chocolate melting cake. Mike doesn't eat pie. You got to be kidding me. Who doesn't eat pie? Everybody eats pie. Mike doesn't bake either unless it's from the box. Oh, okay. Well, I want to eat. I want your pecan pie, Michelle. Then I definitely don't want Mike's if it's from the box. And there's Crystal. Welcome back, Crystal. Good to see you back again. 2 weeks in a row. Usnavi says, I made a Little Debbie Christmas tree cheesecake. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yes, thank you, Crystal. And we just did the drawing. Unfortunately, you were in the drawing. You had 41 through 60. The number was 82, I believe it was. And thank you. I hope you're having an amazing week as well. Ooh, peanut butter fudge. That sounds good. Okay, do we have all the desserts? All the dessert options or whatever. Did everybody throw that in there? And if you agree with one, put it in there because Tim and Cheryl are coming up with the top 5 lists. Okay, so our first list was the top 5 cookies. And like I say, Tim and Cheryl are tabulating all these votes. So if you agree with somebody, just because they put it in the comments, don't fail to put it in the comments yourself. Because, like, for example, if there's 10 apple pies and that's the top vote, then apple pie would be number 1. So if you see one that you really like, then yeah. And Crystal is a content creator as well. She says happy Vlogmas. So happy Vlogmas, everybody. Okay, so Tim, okay, here we go. Tim has the list. So here are the top 5 cookies associated with Christmas according to the Coach Cruz family. We have shortbread, number 1, sugar, number 2, chocolate chip, number 3, gingerbread, number 4, and peanut butter with a Hershey Kiss. I would tell you that I would switch that list around. I would probably sugar. To me, the sugar cookies with the icing and decorating that, to me, that is the number 1 cookie. Like, because I don't know. I only eat those around Christmas time. And Crystal, Snickerdoodle was the first vote that got put in. So yeah, well, we're just talking about the cookies right now. They're going to come up with the list here for the desserts in a second. Tim, like I said, Tim and Cheryl are doing some real work here for us. They're tabulating this list. That first list was just for the cookies. Okay, so they're going to do the dessert list. And I think we got a couple more people voting for apple pie. And Crystal, there's one more note or one more vote for Snickerdoodle. So I know Snickerdoodle got at least 2 cookies. Brian Sexton says, is eggnog considered dessert? That is a fine and decent question, especially if it's spiked eggnog. Yeah, Lido Tito, right? To join in only if alcohol's in it. All right, very good. Okay, now we're getting into the heart of the Christmas meal here. What is the top 5? And if you think of more than one, like you don't even have to eat it. If you just, believe that this is one of the top 5 things eaten at Christmas time. So the top 5 entrees, the main part of your meal at Christmas dinner. What is the main part of your meal at Christmas dinner? And I will tell you that Anita and I are going to have a tomahawk steak as the feature in our Christmas dinner. And a tomahawk, if you've had a tomahawk steak, they're a huge piece of meat with a bone all the way out here. That's why it's called a tomahawk, because it's almost like you grab the bone and the meat's on the end of it. But I like these choices. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Well, everything's been good so far, but look at that. Look at that. Lido Tito started us off with some seafood gumbo. And you know what? Coming from Louisiana, that sounds amazing. Crystal is eggnog cheesecake, maybe, and she's lingering from the dessert part still. But yeah, that sounds really good. Ken says ham. Ann says ham. Look at all the ham. Shane says ham. Man, wow, I wonder if ham's going to win. Carnival Cruise Addict says ham. Then we get to a turkey. Frankie Floyd, speaking my language there, prime rib, T-bone. I like it, prime rib. I'm more of a red meat person myself. Danny D says ham. Usnavi is all about the seafood gumbo too. Awesome. Stuffing, okay. Well, actually, save that one for one of my next questions. Jeff says gumbo down south. Wow, okay, I didn't know gumbo was that popular. That's really cool. Danny D says prime rib. I love that. Ham. I think ham's going to be the winner. I did not know that. I honestly thought it would be like turkey or tamales with ham. I like that one. Cruising on the High Sea says ham. Lido Tito, coach had a bone and a ribeye, not a tomahawk, but just bone in it. Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the steakhouse on the celebration as well, but Christmas dinner before that. Jeff says, Steve, I got it. You guys are all making me want some gumbo. Gumbo is definitely going to be in the top 5. And I feel like that question, if you did that at the Family Feud type setting, that would throw some people off. That would be that one that would be like, oh, like, unless they were from the South, and then maybe they would get it right. Carnival Cruise Addict says honey baked ham. And I was just thinking of Christmas with the Cranks, because I think it was honey baked ham that the wife in there, what's her name? I'm having a brain cramp right now, but her honey baked ham got run over by a car. She paid somebody a bunch of money for it and everything. Look, we got Bruce Ocean Travel. He's coming on right after me. At least I think he is. You could chime in if you still are coming on right after me, Bruce. We got J Mill 4. Are you going on any cruises for Christmas or New Year's? J Mill, yes, I'm on the Carnival Celebration. New Year's Eve, December 31st, we board. Danny D says, hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Ocean Travel, Carnival Cruise Addict says the same. All right, so the top entree. Tim and Cheryl, I'm pretty confident I'm right about this one. The number 1 answer is going to be ham. Pretty sure about that. I don't know what 2 through 5 is, but the number 1 answer is going to be ham. All right. So All right, now we are going to, and this is the reason, whoever said stuffing, this is the reason I asked you to hold that answer. The top side dish to go along with your entree. The top side dish. What is the top side dish to go along with your Christmas dinner entree? And while I'm waiting for that, Anna's the first with mashed potatoes and gravy. I mean, how can you go wrong with potatoes? I'm Irish, so you know I'm all good with that. I'm a light gravy person. I don't like the dark gravy. I like the light colored gravy, if you know what I mean. A little thinner, not too thick. Okay, Tim has the top five before we get into the entrees. The top five dessert winners are cheesecake, number one, pecan pie, number two, apple pie, number three, cherry pie, number four, and snickerdoodle makes the list. So that is a solid list right there. Although I would move apple pie and pecan, probably apple first, pecan second. Although if the pecan is done right, it's like almost a toss up, and I'd probably have cheesecake third, cherry fourth, and then snickerdoodle. But I like that list. That is a solid list. Well done, Coach Cruisers. All right. So Shane had said stuffing, Ken mashed potatoes. So we got 2 out of 3 mashed potatoes. Look at this: stuffing, potatoes, stuffing, mashed potatoes. There's got to be some other sides besides mashed potatoes and stuffing, right? All these carbs. Okay, we got some beans. Danny hooked us up with some beans. Lito Tito says potato salad for the gumbo. Okay. Danny says mashed potatoes. I think green bean casserole. Okay, there we go. Mac and cheese. That's the one I was waiting for, Crystal. I want to get some mac and cheese as one of my sides. I might do some smoked mac and cheese for our Christmas dinner. Rick, we just he's adding a vote to the dessert top five. Rick, good for you to join us. We'll add one more to the list, Tim. I don't know if that changed the voting at all, but Rick says pecan pie for the top 5 in desserts. Michael says potatoes, and I agree with the gravy. Yes, the lighter colored gravy is better. I don't know how you make the lighter color versus the darker colored, but I don't know. It just tastes better. Usnavi says the barbecue little smokies and meatballs. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so Tim's got our next winner list. This is for our entrees. I knew ham was going to be the winner. Everybody was picking ham. Seafood gumbo. Usnavi, I'm going to have to send you some money to send me some seafood gumbo. I mean, because everybody is saying seafood gumbo. I like just have to have it now. I have to have it. Prime rib. That's another one of my big favorites. And turkey. All right. So that is an exceptional list right there of main entrees around Christmas time. So well done, everybody, on that. We are on the sides right now. A lot of potatoes. We had some mac and cheese. We had some bean casserole. We had a lot of stuffings. So, yeah. Any other side dishes to go along with that main entree? Nobody's going to say, what is the cranberries or something? I thought that was a popular thing. Nobody has said that yet. What else is another side dish that's popular? The green bean casserole, yeah, that is a popular one. But the cranberry things, I thought somebody would say that. Nobody said that yet. Oh, sometimes Jello, Danny D. That's borderline. Well, I guess it is kind of dessert. Caesar salad. Okay, garden salad. Cruising on the high seas. Thank you for that. There we go. EM74 says smoked mac and cheese recipe. Oh, yeah, EM74. Okay, so this guy is a YouTube content creator. I think the name of his channel is How to Barbecue Right. But yeah, you look up smoked mac and cheese. I think it's How to Barbecue Right. Oh my God, the recipe is so good, and it's not too difficult either. It's so good. I kind of want to look it up right now, but I believe it's How to Barbecue Right. And the dude, you can just tell, like, you can just tell this guy cooks, like, when you watch him. And I think it was one of the earlier videos, but I mean, this guy gets millions of people to watch his videos if I remembered his channel correctly. So yeah, go check out Smoked Mac and Cheese for How to Barbecue Right on YouTube. And that dude knows his stuff. All right, so let's see. Rick, and yeah, hello again. Seg says, cruise on. Oh, coleslaw. There we go. Crystal says, I'm from Wisconsin. It's a crime to mess up mac and cheese. I loved your smoked mac and cheese. I wish it was my idea, but like most things, I copy success. And that How to Barbecue Right guy, he's got a whole bunch of recipes for smoking stuff and smoked mac and cheese. I've cooked that a couple times, parties and stuff, and people are just like, oh my God, this is so good. So a lot of popular ones there. Rick is going back to the entrees, and I love that. He says Cajun fried turkey. That sounds amazing. So throw another vote in there for turkey, Tim and Cheryl. M74 says we're doing a big turkey for Christmas. We will have a house full. Sounds amazing. It sounds juicy. It sounds wonderful. Green bean almond dine. Okay, I know what you're talking about there, Tebow. The green bean and the slivered almonds and stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff. Crystal says sweet potatoes. All right, look at it. Tim and Cheryl are on the ball. They've already got the sides done. All right, so the winners are potatoes, mac and cheese, salad, beans, and stuffing. Those are the top 5 sides for Christmas dinner. All right, Cruising in the High Sea says cranberries. Yes, that's the one that I thought. Cheryl says love the cranberries. I thought more people. And Coin Hobo, add another one for fudge. A couple people said fudge. Yeah, some good fudge with the walnuts or whatever in it. That is good stuff. Never heard of smoked mac and cheese. So cool. Yeah, it is so good too. Trust me, it is so good. No grease, fried turkey. Yeah, fried turkey is good stuff. Turkey fried in peanut oil. All right, barbecue mac and cheese. There we go. Very good. Okay, here's the next one. All right, now we're changing gears here. We're changing gears. You might have to remember back to your childhoods. All right, or grandkids now, whatever, or just your children. Just depends on what age you are, right? So the top animated or claymation Christmas movie or Christmas show. Top animated Christmas movie or show. It could be either, the cartoon variety or the claymation characters. What is the top animated or claymation show? Look at all the Rudolphs. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Look at that. That's the first 5 votes. Shane, Lito Tito, Anne, Usnavi, Carnival Cruise Addicts. We got Ebenezer Scrooge. Okay, there we go. Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, Frosty, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't even know if we're going to get 5 because it's so many Rudolphs and Frosties. Okay, there we go. Tim's got a Charlie Brown for us. Very good. Yoli, there we go. Yoli's still here. Charlie Brown Christmas. Okay, Charlie Brown is making a run here late. There we go. All right, we started off with a bunch of Rudolphs, and then we got 4 Charlie Browns right in a row. What was the name of the elf that wants to be a dentist? I'm not sure on that one. Santa Claus is coming to town, Usnavi says. Thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Seg. And once again, I forgot, Seg is my savior. Always says thumbs up, and I always forget to ask for people to like the show. But yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up, hit that like button before you forget, like I always forget. So hopefully you can hit that. Elf. Okay, if there's an elf cartoon or animated one, because I'm going to get to non-animated. That's going to be the next question, Cruising on the High Seas. Cornelius, I think. All right. So since we're already starting to drift into the now this one is going to be the top non-animated Christmas movies. This will be easier to come up with. Oh, Grinch. Grinch is both animated and non-animated, so that could go either one. So the top 5 Christmas movies that aren't animated or claymation. So, okay, here we go. Now that I'm interested in this list. Okay, Elf, boom, right out of the gate. Christmas Vacation, fabulous. Christmas Story, fabulous. Elf, fabulous. All 3 of those are fabulous. Nightmare Before Christmas, okay. Die Hard, yeah. There's the debate on the Christmas movie. Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation, The Grinch, Christmas Story, National Lampoon's Christmas, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, Chevy Chase, so funny, absolutely. Those are some fabulous Christmas movies. There's one I'm surprised hasn't been named. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it seems, oh, there it is. Usnavi just named it, Home Alone. Home Alone. Home Alone. Grinch with Jim Carrey, okay. Scrooge, there we go. Some Christmas movies I've watched recently. Four Christmases. Anybody a fan of that movie? With God, how am I forgetting his name? Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn. Jeez, I'm like totally brain. And I've only had one shot, so I can't blame the alcohol. Grinch with Jim Carrey, Home Alone, Scrooge, all the Home Alones. Yes, Christmas Vacation, Elf, Christmas Story, The Santa Claus, Four Christmases, and a newish one on Disney called Noel. It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, that's a iconic, historic one, right? Hermie the Elf wants to be a dentist. Santa Claus, Tim Allen, Fred Claus. Yeah, I just watched that one. That's a good one. Bad Santa. Nobody said Polar Express. I thought somebody was. Oh, Bad Santa is like my favorite, honestly. Carnival Cruise Addicts, that's like my favorite. I watch that literally every Christmas. A Christmas Story, I will watch every Christmas. Thanksgiving, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is my go-to. But Bad Santa is my go-to for Christmas. And yeah. And then probably Christmas Story would be number 2 for me. All right. That was great. So that list is going to take a little longer, Tim and Cheryl, I think. And that's a good one. Miracle on 34th Street. Yep. Zoe's here eating all my cheese. All right. That was great. Okay. This one, you can be a little creative. You know, now, when I say Wonderland, I'm not saying like like a Disneyland type thing. I'm talking about what things you can do in the snow and the cold or whatever. So top 5 things you could do in a winter wonderland. According to the survey, the top 5 things that can be done in a winter wonderland. You can't get 3 strikes. This is the Family Feud. So what would be the top 5 things? So let's say we're going back in time 100 years where they didn't have all the fancy technology and all the stuff to do with stuff. What would the top 5 things you could do in a winter wonderland? All right, I like these. Shane says, no idea, live in Phoenix. Yeah, but you've seen movies and stuff. Carnival Cruise Addict says walking. Cruising on the high seas and travel. Snowman, there you go. Yoli says snow angels, and Dolan says igloo. Coin hobo, write your name in the snow. How are you writing it in the snow exactly? Maybe I don't want that answered. Brian says sledding. There you go. Cruising on the high seas. Snow angel. Ken, ice skate. That's one of the ones I was looking for. Usnavi's right with you there on ice skating. Crystal says build an igloo. Sledding. Where's the snowball fights at? I thought we'd have a snowball fight already. ice skating, sledding. There we go. Sledding down the hills in like an inner tube or, a toboggan. Ice culture, ice skate, build a snowman. All right. Snowball. There we go. Usnavi got it there. Snowball fight. Love that one there. And then the Danny D is right with you there. Throw snowballs. M74. I really like this. This is great. Do you, Coach Cruz, do this often? No, this is the first Christmas episode I've done where we talked about this stuff, but it's fun. I'm having fun with it. And I mean, it's a cruise channel, right? So most of the time we're talking about cruising, but when Christmas, this is our last episode before Christmas. So sure, I wanted to do something Christmas related. So here we go. So it hasn't been a lot of cruise talk. I apologize to all the people that tuned in for cruise talk, but we're kind of gearing toward Christmas here. Okay, so snowball fights. All right, there goes the snowball fights. Build a snowman. Tim and Cheryl, you got your work cut out for you. A lot of people voting on this one. Build a igloo. There's a lot of build a igloo. Snowmobiling. Okay, that would be fun. I don't know if I've ever done a snowmobile. Carnival Cruise, isn't that a song? Walking in winter. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Walking in winter wonderland. Yep. Complain about how cold it is. Yeah, Rick, that's probably true. I love that line in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Thanksgiving movie, but they're in the back of that truck, and Steve Martin asked John Candy, he's like, how cold do you think it is? And John Candy responds, 1. And says sewer blow up. Oh yeah, with Cousin Eddie. Funny. Skiing. Okay, skiing. There we go. That's the first skiing, surprisingly. Jubilee is coming into port tomorrow. Yep, we mentioned that. Lucas is saying, how many cruises have you been on? Me, I've been on a little over 50, quite a few. Cruising on the high sea, snowboarding, going to see the Jubilee tomorrow. I bet you are. I'm looking. We'll have to check out that article. Rick is our columnist, and he posts on Coach Cruz, and he has his own Facebook page as well, where you can see all of his articles. So, by the way, we did give away the shirt. If anybody's tuning in late, we already had 100 in super chats. We're starting on our next super chat. Moonlight Adventures got us started on that. And Lucas Taylor, a little over 50, Lucas. I don't know the exact number, but it's been a lot. I'll have to check that number exactly, but I'm diamond with Carnival, if that tells you anything. I'm closer to 300 days than I am 200 days. I could say that as well. EM74 says port 25 for the Jubilee. Another cruise vlogger mentioned that. Very cool. And let's see, movie winners. Okay, Cheryl has our movie winners. Christmas Vacation, number 1. Christmas Story, number 2. Santa Claus, number 3. Home Alone, number 4. And Grinch, number 5. Those are your top 5 movies. And we are 5 things to do in a winter wonderland. And look at that, Carnival Cruise Addicts. And you know what, Carnival Cruise Addicts, you read my mind here. I'm getting the double here. We're going to pour that in the Coach Cruz Yeti. This is just, and I got my can of Coke Zero. Thank you for that. And Zoe is going to be extra thankful as well. All right, Carnival Cruise Addicts, you choose. We're getting later in the show, so a hot dog or the shish kebab. Which one do you want for Zoe here? And let me just put you down. You are 6 through 20. Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you once again so much. That helps. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Oh, she says hot. Okay, so you get this whole hot dog from Carnival Cruise Addicts. So I know you're giving a high five for that. And you're saying a big thank you. Big thank you. Big thank you. Bigger thank you. Thank you. Say it again. One more time. There you go. Good girl. All right. And then we got Shane jumping in. Awesome. 21 through 25, Shane. Thank you, sir. Very cool. And yeah, so Danny, thank you. Zoe, so cute. M's got wine. Oh, and speaking of, let me pour my Coke Zero into my double shot here, so I can, because I'm getting thirsty. Ah, Jeff's got to go. Well, thank you for joining. You only missed. You're only missing the last 10 minutes, Jeff. So you made it through most of the shows. And look at this. Cheryl has our winter activities ready for us. Sledding was number 1. Skating was number 2. Snow Angels was number 3. And Igloo. That's a surprising one. That's one I feel like that would trip up the, what do you call it? The panelists or the contestants. It would trip up the contestants. I feel like that Igloo one was hard to guess, but a lot of people said Igloo and Snowman. Okay, so that's a fun list. That was our Winter Wonderland. I got 3 more. And we got 10 minutes, so I think we're going to get through all 10 things. All right, this is a fun one. And I mean, this can go across movies. It can go across whatever. But the top 5 characters or people, I mean, it could be an animal, it could be a fictional thing, it could be whatever. Top 5 characters representing Christmas. So when you think of something representing characters that is a fictional person or thing, well, not a thing, a person like, okay? So I'll just throw one out there, Frosty the Snowman or something like that. The most obvious one I'm thinking is Santa Claus, right? That's probably the most obvious. So what are 5 of the top characters associated with Christmas? Lito Tito says, there we go. All right, let's see here. Okay, so Shane, top 1. That's going to be number 1 on the Family Feud thing right there. Santa. Brian says Grinch. I feel like that will be in the top 5. Buddy the Elf very well could be in the top 5. John McClane, that could be a sneaky one, sneaking into the bottom of the list there. Ann says Santa, Usnavi, Santa. Yeah, Santa's going to be number 1. Grinch, okay. Frosty, Rudolph. Rudolph's a good one that could sneak into that top 5. Jesus, there we go. I think that it should be in the top 5. Jesus should be in the top 5, right? Whether he would crack it, I don't know. Rudolph. There's got to be some more here. There's got to be some more besides the ones. All of those I agree with. Usnavi says the nasty little elf on a shelf. Okay. Rudolph. There we go. Jack Skeleton, Nightmare Before Christmas. There we go. What other ones? Grinch, I agree with. Santa, obviously. Krampus. There you go. What about Mrs. Claus? Mrs. Claus could be in there, couldn't she? Jesus, I agree. Cousin Eddie. That's a good one. I like that as a wild card vote. Mrs. Claus. There we go, Danny D. I was thinking she could be in there. Elves. All right. Yeah. Elves. Christmas elves. Somebody said The Elf. Will Ferrell's Elf movie is popular. What about Ralphie? Ralphie from A Christmas Story? You'll shoot your eye out. Oh, I kind of gave away one. Never forget I said that. Kevin. There you go. I got a couple more that I like that we're gonna finish strong with. Max from The Grinch. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next because we only have a couple left, and I want to make sure we finish with these. And some of you are gonna have the same answer here for this number 9. Number 10, we're gonna finish strong. The 10th one, we're gonna finish strong. It's gonna be a good one. But number 9 is the top 5 villains associated with Christmas. The top 5 villains associated with Christmas. I would think Grinch is going to be number 1 on this. I'm guessing Grinch is going to be number 1. But the top 5 villains associated with Christmas. Okay, we got Grinch and Scrooge. Actually, Scrooge could compete for number 1. That's a good one there. The Heat Miser. Heat mixer, heat miser. Yeah. Okay. Scrooge. So Scrooge, the heat miser, the Grinch. We got some other bad villains. The two robbers from Home Alone. Hans Gruber. There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. See, now that's a sneaky one that could crack that bottom of the list of the Family Feud that somebody gets 3 strikes on and then they flip it over. Hans Gruber be like, oh, yeah, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. The magician that wanted to melt Frosty. That's a good one. Coin Hobo says my boss. Hopefully your boss is a fan of the channel. Coin Hobo, or they don't know your name for YouTube. Lito Tito is in agreement with Yoli. Hans Gruber. I like it. The Bumble from Rudolph. Carnival Cruise Addicts, Bad Santa. I like the twist there. I like that twist. But, Bad Santa, he ends up being kind of good, right? Kind of. Cheryl says character winners are Santa, Frosty, Rudolph, Jesus, and the Grinch. All right, that is our top 5 for character winners: Santa, Frosty, Rudolph, Jesus, and Grinch. Abominable Snow Monster. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. All right, so look, here is the last one. And like I said, we were going to finish with a bang. Quotes are some of my favorite things. The top 5 movie quotes or Christmas show quotes. Top 5 movie quotes from Christmas movies. I'm going to give you one to start it off, just so I give you an example. You'll shoot your eye out. Okay, you'll shoot your eye out. That's just one I'm throwing out there. Put that down as a vote for me, Tim and Cheryl. But the top 5 movie quotes. Let's hear all you Christmas movie fans out there. Yeah, Ricky. Rick Wade says yippee-ki-yay MF. And he didn't spell out that part for the under 18 crowd. Santa, I know him. Okay. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings or something like that. Yeah. I've heard that. She thinks I'm cute, Lito Tito. Sorry, the crapper is full. That's a National Lampoon's Christmas one, right? T-Boat on the go. You're not Santa. You smell like beef and cheese. That's a batter Santa, right one, T-Boat? Bah humbug. Yep, that's a good one. Yippee. Kevin screams. Yeah. Merry Christmas, y'all. Flirty, I know him. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I triple dog dare you. Yep, from Christmas Story. As a matter of fact, I got a Christmas sweater. I was thinking about wearing that to the show. Anita actually even suggested I do. And I was debating, and then the last second, I'm like, you know what? That might be too hot. Seg ho ho ho, simple but timeless. Coin Hobo, add something nice for yourself, Clark. There you go. T-Bode, that's from Elf. Okay, it sounded like it could be Bad Santa. I like the couple Christmas Story reference ones. Any other Christmas movie references? Yeah, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Yep, that got another vote. And Rudolph, you'll lead the way, from the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the claymation Santa Claus. Keep the change, you filthy animal. There we go. A lot of Home Alone references. Why is the floor wet, Margot? I don't know, Todd. Yeah, that's a Christmas Story one. Seg says, Coach, you need a longer show. I appreciate that. I guess, that means that everybody's enjoying the show today. Shane says, are you going to be here next week? I probably will. I mean, it's December 26th, so I'll try to check in, Shane. I don't know for sure. I'll post the day before, so We'll see how it's going with Christmas and everything. But I'm not on a cruise ship until December 31st, and we're not leaving until December 30th. So very well, I could do a show. Got some stuff going on and things like that. But let's anticipate a show for next Tuesday. I'll say that. And thank you, Carnival Cruise Addicts. Well, I'll tell you what, we just hit our 1 hour mark. And Shane, yeah, so Moonlight Adventures, our next drawing, and we probably will have a show next week, which would be December 26th. But Josh and Chastity from Moonlight Adventures, Carnival Cruise Addicts, and Shane, you are our 3 super chat people so far for this for the next drawing. Moonlight Adventures, the 1 through 5, Carnival Cruise Addicts, who just won a shirt today. And you guys message me on what you want. Oh, Rick is joining in here. Thank you for that, Rick. Nice way to finish the show. So, Rick, you are numbers 26 and 27. Shane, you are numbers 21 through 25. My guess is we usually give away at least 1 shirt a show. Like today, for example, we got through about 52. Yeah, it'll be tight, but we'll probably do enough in super chats to do a shirt next week. So tune in next week, Shane, and maybe I will be calling your name. M says, my out-of-town family will be here. I definitely want to be on the computer on the 26th. Oh, very cool. Well, thank you for that, M74. Thank you, Lito Tito. Says, great show. Sorry, I'll miss the show next week. But the Jubilee will be calling. And Lito Tito, yes, if anybody's on the Jubilee with Wi-Fi and wants to come on live, I will have another live show anytime from the 23rd on. I will just go live. If somebody wants to share their video coverage of the Jubilee, we all would be most grateful. Myself at the top of that list. Seg, thank you for that. Says, great show and Merry Christmas to all. Tebow, this was fun as always. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, and Merry Christmas to you and everybody else. Merry Christmas. Tim says, the Christmas villains are Scrooge, the Grinch, Hans Gruber, Die Hard, and Bad Santa. M74, my out-of-town family. Yeah, right. Rick says, my next comment will be about NCL Viva coming to Galveston. And Lito Tito says, I'll try to talk Derek into getting in with you. Yes, absolutely. That'd be awesome, Lito Tito. And yeah, I'll shoot him a text as well. All right. And Yoli says, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. And we will be, Yoli and I will be on the New Year's cruise together. She's on the celebration as well with Andrew and Anita. And then I guess that's it, everybody. We are 3 minutes over. And it was a fun show. Anybody that tuned in for Cruise Talk or whatever, apologies. We did talk a little bit about the Jubilee. So hopefully that satisfies everybody's cruise craze. Movie line winners, and Cheryl is finishing us off here. We have the movie line winners. Filthy Animal was the clear winner. Yippee-Ki-Yay was second. Then lots of single votes. Christmas Vacation has the most various single votes. So that was great. Big thanks to Tim and Cheryl for all their work putting together our top 5 lists and top 5 votes of all the things that we talked about, Christmas related. Again, a fun show. If anybody has any ideas for show topics, because a couple people were asking about this particular show and saying it was fun. If there's anything you'd like me to cover or some kind of themed show similar to this, let me know. Shoot me a message, and maybe we'll do a show on it. It'll be fun. All right. Take care, everybody, and have an amazing Christmas. We will see you probably December 26th. But yeah, we'll just anticipate we'll be back here next Tuesday. So, but everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Those of you going on the Jubilee, have a fabulous cruise. I know you will. That ship is going to be awesome. And we will see you all probably next Tuesday. Take care, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.